You've been free as a bird after you went to college. I bet you already forgot where everything is since you were gone for so long. Don't go. Don't leave me alone. I never hear you say you miss me. Should I take this as a sign you do? This is my weakness. You still want to confirm it? You're even copying what I do when you're sick? I know, he's all grown up. Looking at you, you have your own world now. Why are you avoiding me right now?
Caleb, remember when I got locked in the attic as a kid? It's cheating! Caleb, did you wipe dirt on my face again? Are you okay? Caleb, today's just not your day, Caleb. Caleb, you...
Remember when you held my hand? You even let me stay by your side. Now you're an adult. Does that mean you're ready to let go of my hand? The storms that you'll encounter in the future, they shouldn't exist in this world. When you held my hand that day for the first time, I knew I'd never get away from you. But for you, I'll do it. For a long time, she's been here. 1.5 ounces of apple syrup. Caleb's favorite type. Huh? I'm wrong? Well, I'll play along if this is what you call a prank. What do you have in mind? What? I knew it. I'm happy with whatever you've decided. But right now, if delicious things aren't eaten in time, they become stale.
Two test subjects have been apprehended. Commencing full examination.
Modify and repair A01. Memory extraction complete.
Target acquired. Activating elimination protocol. Execute. No. Command. Rejected. I always wanted to be in the same world as you, instead of just watching you and imagining you. Bodies, no matter what. Please wake me up. Gathering our synergy energy.
Our resonance will detonate the entire field.
Embrace annihilation. But the promise we had since we were born, I kept that one. Minds and spirits. Even if it all fades away, my soul will always resonate with yours. We're from the same source. Then it's a promise. In life and in death. We will never be apart. Seeking me out, that's dangerous. This path will only lead to destruction. The colors are ready. Paint wherever you like. Then I'm gonna... Also part of having a good artistic attitude. Do you want me to guide you? Move your brush just like this. What you thinking? Pay attention now.
Based on our intel, the association suspects this was an illegal protocol transaction disguised as a jewelry auction.
The sea at night is the perfect stage for a magnificent performance. I'm honored I get to share it with you. Only those who have a bond with the sea god can awaken the tome. Remember, we'll see each other again at this spot next year. This bond means you'll definitely come back to me. I'll always wait for you. A follower, or just a lowly sacrifice. The sea god. I have no need for traitors. Those who borrowed power from the sea, betrayed it in the end. But I remember, and I will reclaim this forgotten power.
Your footsteps are noisy, and you breathe heavily. Before you tried to kill me, did you consider that it'd end like this? This will be the mark for the first time. What did you think Taurus City was like? Just because you haven't seen the other sides of it doesn't mean they don't exist. Only you and this flower can touch me here. Until this mark disappears, prove to me that you can be stronger when we gaze into the abyss.
Hello.
Having your soul torn apart and all
Ooh.
is not that
Where Drake's shadows fall. One of my favorites.
human love. Once we hold
Hi everybody.
our lives will be bound together along with our deaths.
Mari is here.
Taurus City
I love
can
Mari.
have flowers bloom
She's my
everywhere,
favorite.
as far as the eye can see.
Maylin, hello. Blooming Boba, hello. Jay. I feel like I'm doing that teacher registration again. Little teacher registration. Cindy Moon, hello there, darling. Good to see you. Linny's here.
Before you tried to kill me,
Dede's here.
consider that it
Or
ended
Dee Dee's
like
here.
this.
And turn it into. Carmen's here. Hey, Carmen. Howdy. Erica, nice to see you. How's everybody Saturday doing? I think Mars is kicking off really nicely with Silas's trailer. I'll let it play over, but... Hi. We are starting soon. We are started. We have started. We have started. This brings back memories. This was my first limited myth I've ever pulled for, and I did not regret. It was so good. It was amazing. Let me move this mic over so I can speak properly. There we go. How's that been going? The silence of poems. The poems of silence. Don't know if anyone tuned into that stream, but that was pretty funny. Oh, I need to get to the Xavier one as well. This is a good memory. Look at how his silhouette in this like home. Look at it. The ideal Dorito right there, you know. That's exactly peak man. You know, no leg day. Not a single leg day was done. You didn't appreciate it? How? It was Silas. Also, I kind of spoiler-roonied myself, but I'm not sure what this is. But what the hell is heartbeat ripples? What is this? That shoulder waist ratio is insane. Oracle of Scam. Oracle of Scams? What the hell does that mean? Oracle of Scams. I'm curious now. Oracle of Stars. I gotta see this trailer anyway. Jeez.
If you keep looking at me like
This is a 4-star?
that, we might not be.
I love how they have to make sure the nipple's above the water, you know? They just have to make sure that the nipple is just above water.
Able to go to the hot springs.
I promise this will be the last time you need to worry about me.
Come a little closer if you want to get a better look.
Okay. This is sexy music. This is really sexy music. Won't do this for Sign Caleb and the Third Lie. Rai Sakutoku. Hello. Like a spin the wheel event. Damn. Okay. People don't seem very happy in the comments about this. Look at that. All the multiple banners. Look at how excited everyone is in the comments. That's crazy. They got a bait with better spice for me to fall for this. Basically have a Silas version. Silas was in here. Mario would be like, sigh. Opens up wallet. Alright, cool. I didn't know what it was. I just literally went onto it and then I was like, oh. Oh. Is there any shorts for this? Interesting. This card event is really good. I really enjoyed this. So today I've got a little bit of a plan actually. Got a little bit of a plan. Let me whip it out. So because where does one buy cosplays? Ooh. Good question, my friend. So, today's schedule, we will be going through Caleb. Because I want to know more about his character. And I've realized that the first anecdotes for every single character basically talks about how they are in their own sort of environment. And possibly like to learn more about Caleb and how the hell he got to Ever. So, that'll be interesting. Then we would like to do some tender moments. I've got some world underneath that I would love to read. I did catch the eye of the Snake Man, and the Snake Man was super interesting. So I'm not going to be doing like the readings in chronological order. I'm just kind of doing it based off what I'm very interested in. So either way, I'd like to learn about Kieran, Luke, Vipers, some Raphael stuff that we can do. And I think next week we're probably going to cover more Xavier because I feel like I'm neglecting him quite a lot. I feel bad. I feel bad for Xavier. I know a lot about Zane now. I know a lot about Raphael. I know a lot about Silas. I know tons about Caleb. I know nothing about Xavier. Xavier stands are not eating good. But today, got a little cheeky... how the hell is Banshee up at this time? Isn't it too early for you? But I got some Guinness. Oh, sweet heaven. Guys, it's bad. I'm addicted to... I'm addicted to Guinness. I haven't had this for about maybe 2 months, maybe a month. Oh, sweet heaven. Anyway, should we start playing the game? I did a couple of changes for you as well. Did a couple of changes for you as well. So I upped the resolution as well. And I tried to make the game a little bit more optimal. So you might not notice anything anyway. But for me, I just thought, hey, I'll try and increase it for you. So, alright guys, as we always do on stream, if there are any issues, sound issues specifically, let me know. The mods are super good at it, but let me know if there's any like buffering, bandwidth issues, etc. Oh, I love this song. I do love Caleb. And I feel like just before I start as well, when I play this game, I used to start right at the start. I ranked how I liked all the characters and stuff, but I can see why you guys don't really do that now, because I feel like once you learn about every single character, they all are at like an even level playing field in terms of how good they are. Because for me right now, it's like everyone is great except for Xavier. But I'm sure as soon as I start dipping into Xavier stuff, I'll start liking him more. And then they're all going to be on the same like level. So, anyway, you guys ready for some good read-alongs? Can't wait for the next myth or main story update. Oh yes, definitely I'm terrified. We can live vicariously through Lexi until the powers that be grace us. You do have a way of words. You can't be here for long. No worries, Felicia. I'm trying to find a sweet spot for the Asia folk. I feel like the Asia folk like to stay up late, so I might even do it a little bit later. But I had so much to do today. I walked the dog, I went to the butcher's, and then I went to the fishmongers, and guess what? It was like a half-an-hour queue. People were queuing in England, and I thought, people don't like fish in England. Like, what? But there was a huge queue in front of my local fishmongers for some good-ass fish. And I was like, what? So I waited that whole time, got it. I went to the butcher's, and I was like, give me your finest steak. And then I like walked past the supermarket, and I was like, I gotta get myself a Guinness. So thank you for reading to you this early in the morning. It's almost as if Banshee is a writer. Yeah. Yeah, it's almost as if Banshee is a writer. It's 6:17 PM in here, and it's weekend, so... Alright, yeah. So normally, I feel like in Asia there's so much to do. Like, everyone's out at 6 o'clock. We all come in at about 9, maybe sleep at about 1 AM or so. So I might even do it a little bit later, maybe like 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock-ish. Not sure. I don't know. I might put it to a vote, but I don't know what the Asia folk want. Do you guys want your streams later, earlier? Like, what suits you? Either way, it suits me right now. Alright, let's begin. Time zone sucks, by the way. Hashtag. The Pathless Realm, Caleb, gun. Alright, locked in. Chapter 1, Training. It was morning when the rain finally stopped. Caleb takes his time getting out of bed before throwing on a t-shirt. With a toothbrush in his mouth, he groggily makes his way to the mirror. Patrick walks up to him, nudges him with his elbow, and yawns. Should I do SpongeBob Patrick voice? They're announcing the test schedule today. Are you nervous, SpongeBob? From the top bunk, Gideon leans down. Hey, please, Caleb. Please. Caleb's the last guy to be worried about anything. In 2 weeks, the Aerospace Academy will hold its most crucial graduation fight. Assessment. The test will account for 50% of the final grade, and the top-ranked student will have the chance to join the Deep Space Aviation Administration as a trainee pilot. It's an unwritten tradition and everyone's dream. The training ground is busier than ever before, as Aerospace Academy students take turns entering the spherical chamber of the human centrifuge the moment their names are called. That's a long-ass sentence! Once activated, the chamber will spin rapidly to simulate the various accelerations encountered during flights in space. This is one of the most critical tests for aspiring pilots. The experience at 8G is intense. Internal organs are pulled and strained, and your heart rate and blood pressure will skyrocket. Each session leaves you feeling like you've gained a new understanding of what it feels like to be inside a spin cycle. Timothy stumbles out of the human centrifuge, looking like a ghost, and Patrick quickly hands him a sickness bag. Gideon and Caleb turn away in perfect sync. They cover their ears to block out the miserable vomiting sound behind them. Caleb is the only one who walked out of the human centrifuge without a falter in his step. He even lazily stretches as he walks. A stubborn hair strand flattened by the water earlier is sticking out under the effect of anti-gravity. Or anti-gravity. I'm starving. Let's grab a bite to eat after class. Come on. How can you think about food right now? To no one's surprise, Caleb ranks first in the training. Although everyone is used to his flawless performance by now, they still grumble and insist he treat them to a meal. Now, when he asked why he wanted to become a pilot, Caleb simply said that it earns good money and it's a respectable profession. Especially since he has people to take care of. Patrick actually felt his heartache for him at the time. Later on, they learned that Caleb entered Aerospace Academy with top marks in every subject, and one of the people he cares for is a girl about his age. She's going to become a hunter. Sorry, I had to burp. It's the alcohol. But she's tiny. She stands there and looks like a small cupcake. I'll smack you if you don't shut up. Since the Chrono Rift catastrophe, being a fighter pilot has become a profession sustained purely by passion and conviction. From the rigorous assessments to the extremely hazardous conditions. Whether in aerial combat or combat missions on the ground, every aspect means you're more likely to die. The special deep space tunnel patrol missions brought additional challenges such as the psychological strain of extended flight hours. Few students from their class remain. Some were eliminated during annual selections, while others succumbed to their fears and ultimately chose to leave. As a result, a course on mental health was added to the curriculum. While it doesn't count for credits or is officially graded, students must complete 10 counseling sessions outside of regular training hours until they pass evaluation. When the evaluation results are out, Caleb's mental health score is in the lowest category. It's the only subject he needs to retake, and it stands out when you compare it to his perfect grades. The issue isn't considered severe, but everyone is stunned. I didn't know his mental state was that bad. I thought he was okay, he was pretty happy. He seems pretty stoic as well, but... Did you sleep through the test or just write your name? Even if you went to the office and recited the pilot's code of conduct, the teacher would cut you some slack. Caleb lets out a small and says, something came up that day, so he missed the test. It can't be helped, I guess. I'll start working on it today. Gideon sees the test results on Caleb's phone and quickly scans through the multiple choice questions before his eyes land on the essay section. The prompt is as follows. What do you consider to be the greatest challenge during flight missions? And Caleb's answer was, it's hard to get home on time. Gideon is speechless. In the mental health evaluation column, final result has only one line. Psychological consultations are recommended. Patrick doesn't know what to say. He looks at Caleb, who's putting on his G suit. Dude, are you twisted inside? Oh, dude, are you twisted inside? SpongeBob. I don't know. Maybe I lost my marbles a long time ago. Caleb replies cheerfully. Interesting. So, as I predicted, the first anecdotes usually are something to do with them and their career. So, we're learning about it. He's got some, I guess, classmates or colleagues of his. Timothy, Gideon, Patrick, and obviously Caleb is the star player. But he's not doing so well on the one side, which is the psychological aspect. So, cool. Damn, that must mean the experiments that Ever are doing to him must be even worse, because he's already weak mentally. Does it mean he's weak mentally? Or does it mean he's like just like depressed? Like, what is this psychological assessment? Does anyone know? I want to know what on earth happened during that evaluation. What did he say? Hunter jerk cheated and used eval to stabilize himself. I hate the feeling of G-forces. You hate the feeling? Really? You don't like roller coasters? I used to hate roller coasters when I was younger. I used to scream and shout, and I just kept trying to beat my fear. And now, like, I've conquered it, and I'm not afraid of roller coasters. Hello, Hellblossom. Caleb's mental health is basically non-existent. He doesn't really act like that, though, when we speak with him. He's not like... He's, you know, he doesn't have PTSD. He's a pretty swell guy. Like, he's stable, you know. He doesn't have any social anxiety. He doesn't have, like, any problems socializing or anything. So, I don't know. Anyway. Chapter 2. Dreams. Hey, Alien. It's kind of a Caleb day. We're going to kind of do a little bit of a read-along today to just discover some things. Have a bit of fun. Among these 4 dorm mates... Did I say that right? Dorm mates? Dorm mates? Timothy is the odd one out. Born into a family of fighter pilots, he scored perfectly on every theoretical test, but consistently ranked last in practical assessments. If he were to be honest, he doesn't like Caleb. Whenever he hears others praising their rising star and lowering their voices when he's nearby, Timothy can't help but compare himself to Caleb. And Timothy always comes to the crushing conclusion that he's not even close. If he can't easily win, then he'd rather lose with apparent indifference. This is a defense mechanism carefully crafted to protect his pride. In the quiet hours of the night, specifically after his third attempt at the human centrifuge, he stumbles to the break room while clutching his violently churning stomach. He's exhausted, physically and mentally speaking. To make matters worse, leaning against the locker and watching him with concern is the last person he wants to see. Caleb, what are you doing? Caleb sets down his carefully made but bland-tasting meal and hands Timothy a drink with electrolytes. I had to come in for my mental health interview. I haven't eaten yet, though. You want some? No, thanks. Someone like you would probably get pulled into the team as a rare talent even if you failed. You have that gravity eval and all. Noticing the bitterness in his voice, Timothy quickly says in a casual tone, but if you don't pass the assessment, then the rest of us will be failures. You act like nothing matters to you. What's your actual reason for becoming a pilot? Well, I guess it's my childhood dream. With his G-suit half undone and hanging loosely at his waist, Caleb leans back on his hands as he sits on the table. Planes can break through any barrier and go wherever you want, right? Is that it? It does sound like something from an essay you'd write in grade school, doesn't it? But that's how I feel. If the Chrono Rift catastrophe happens again and the world ends, maybe I could fly somewhere else to escape. Caleb rests his chin on his hand and looks up at the blue velvet night sky through the skylight. He seems to be genuinely considering the possibility, but his casual attitude about this makes something twist in Timothy's chest. He can't quite name the uncomfortable feeling. Maybe it's just jealousy. Whether those words are true or not, speaking so openly about one's dreams takes immense courage in his eyes. It's a privilege reserved for naturally talented winners who easily achieve their goals and aren't afraid of falling because there's no gap between their dreams and reality. He isn't Caleb, who's become the center of attention wherever he goes like the sun. And what kind of star radiates isn't warm, but rather brilliance, a blinding light in itself. It makes gloomy people like Timothy want to look away. But the sun will always be the sun. What about you? Caleb crosses his arms and leans forward. His expression is earnest. Timothy hesitates before answering. My father is a retired pilot. You know how it is, following in your father's footsteps and all. I don't really have any dreams of my own. If I don't make it as a pilot, I'll try to stay and become a counselor, or I'll just go home if that doesn't work out. Then why don't you hit the pause button in the chamber if it's not important to you? That's because... Come on. The training room is still open. Do you want me to practice with you for a bit? Timothy instantly recoils. He's practically fleeing as he pushes open the door. No thanks. I need to head back to the dorm. 1 week later, during the graduation flight assessment, everyone in the observation room watches as Caleb, the first to enter the cockpit, appears on the live feed. The cabin door is sealed shut, and the tail fins and flight indicator lights come to life. His headset blocks out the powerful winds and engines roar while the hissing airflow stirs up fine dust particles. After receiving clearance from the control tower, Caleb puts on his helmet with a slight nod. He grasps the metal necklace he's wearing and brings the pendant to his lips for a gentle kiss. It's a ritual he performs before every flight. During the final countdown, he lowers his helmet visor. Whether data and route information are reflected in his pupils, and amidst the interplay of light and shadow, his hands grip the control stick with unwavering confidence. The room falls silent as everyone waits for the countdown to end. Noise suppression system activated. 10 seconds to launch. 5 seconds remaining. 3 seconds remaining. 3, 2, 1. Chat. Interesting. A good topic I would like to say is, do you guys struggle talking about your dreams to people? Do you guys struggle with that? He's saying like it's quite it's quite admirable to speak openly about what your dreams and ambitions are. I didn't realize it was something hard to talk about. The little Kirby's are so cute. What, you find it hard? Well, what are your dreams and aspirations, Mari? I'm kidding. You don't have to say anything. Ranjita's here. Hey, Ranjita. Whoa. Wow, how did that say that? That's so cool. You find it hard to punch me in the face? Of course you find it hard. You can't punch this face. No, of course you can. I've got a very punchable face. Apparently, in my workplace. Jeez. Whew. You guys might like hanging out with me here, but I tell you, in the IRL world, boy oh boy. If I ever meet like a viewer and I speak to them and you recognize my voice, please have mercy. Don't kill me. But I guess my dreams and aspirations, mine are very simple. I've never like wanted to become a doctor, and I've never wanted to become like an engineer or anything like that. Honestly, my dreams have been very simple. It's just to like treat everyone with respect, with kindness. I guess part of my dream would be to create and open this community like we've done. And to have a community where I feel like I'm at home, you know, that I can talk openly and freely with people. And that there's a safe haven for everyone, you know, whatever background you come from, whatever time zone. But yeah, my dreams and aspirations as a child was literally just to have like a warm and welcoming family, and to give love and be loved. It sounds so cheesy, but that was it. That was as simple as that. I didn't really have, like, obviously you have career aspirations. Like, oh, I want to be a vet. I want to be this. But when life goes differently and changes your trajectory, I've never really had a passion for one single like job. Oh, and the other side of the dream is to is the person in the thumbnail. Dungaran, baby. Grand. 5 hearts. That could be a dream. Tifa Lockhart could be a dream too. Oh boy. Right. Anyway, enough of my Guna dreams. We have chapters to go through. Chapter 3, Night Flight. The aircraft smoothly rises through the blanket of clouds and gradually flies into the pitch-black deep space tunnel. The familiar sensation of weightlessness creeps through Caleb's body and mingles with a thrilling reverberation. It's as if humanity's most primitive curiosity and a desire for exploration that's encoded in their genes is being awakened. Caleb loves this feeling. Here he is an outsider trespassing in a world that isn't his own. Caleb recalls a lecture. An old man from the Deep Space Academy said that even with today's rapidly advancing technology, humans have explored less than 0.1% of the deep space tunnel. They haven't even touched what lies at the other end. Maybe the day humanity reaches the other end of the deep space tunnel will be the day they unlock the secrets behind protocol energy and the Wanderers. The scholar's words have been burnt into his memory since they were delivered with such fervor. Is it feather or fervor? Caleb doesn't care about these grand visions. His desire to become a pilot comes from himself. On the holographic map, a small section marked as a safe zone shows the aircraft's green indicator, slowly pushing back the surrounding darkness as it ventures into the fathomless deep space. Compared to the safe flight zones designated by the DAA, the unexplored regions remain as large swaths of darkness on the map. The mission is to recalibrate the navigational beacons along the flight path. The environment in the deep space tunnel is complex, and precious explorers have mapped out the currently known routes. These beacons serve as signposts. They're like guides who lead others through a desert. The patrol aircraft's tail sensors are tasked with recalibrating 7 beacons. The first few are completed without a hitch, but for the final one, the aircraft's wings start shaking violently. Storm particles batter the cockpit windshield, hammering against it like a tempest. At the same time, the observation staff notices something is wrong. The video feed goes dark, the protofield are normally reading spike, and the signals begin cutting in and out. Caleb! Return to the base immediately! An instructor, Zaki, shouts into the communications terminal, but the comms signal is fading. It's gone after one chaotic burst of static. The green dot representing the patrol aircraft vanishes from the tracker as if it never existed. When I count to 10, you can open your eyes, okay? When Caleb opens his eyes again, he sees a girl standing beneath a tree. She's not facing him and she's covering her eyes. They're playing hide and seek. He needs to find a place where he won't be found. And with that in mind, he turns and walks into the shadows cast by a building. He knows it's the perfect hiding spot. The courtyard is completely silent as the girl finishes counting to 10 and eagerly spins around to start her search. Caleb, where are you hiding? Don't you dare use your evil. Don't you remember our promise? Wait, that's Caleb. Don't you remember our promise? You'll be the hunter, and I'll be the pilot. With you on the ground and me in the sky, the whole world will be ours. How do planes fly, though? And if you're flying around in the sky, how will you come back down? It's like flying a kite. Someone on the ground holds the string, and once the person in the sky feels a tug, they'll fly back down. Well, when you miss me, just whisper my name in your heart. Can you do that for me? But the ground is so far away from the sky. What if we see each other less often? Ah, my gosh, they flipped it the other way around. Sorry, I got it the wrong way around. There. Don't worry. I'll be flying in the sky above you. I'll be one glance away. He regains consciousness, but his mind still lingers in the hazy realm between dreams. He doesn't know how long he's been unconscious for. Multicolored indicator lights flicker weakly on the control panel. They're the only signs of life in the silence. The protofield's turbulence completely disabled the navigation system. And while he was unconscious, the emergency survival protocol was activated to maintain cabin temperature and differential pressure. The backup fuel reserves are almost depleted. Prepare for failure before departure. That's the first lesson Caleb learned at Aerospace Academy. But he doesn't want to fail. He only wants to win. With most of the power systems shut down, only the weak distress beacon remains lit in the patrol aircraft, like a paper boat that has no way of knowing when it will reach the shore. The aircraft drifts alone in the depths of the deep space tunnel. Removing his noise-cancelling headphones and visor, Caleb sees his reflection in the cockpit's transparent glass. After thinking for a while, he decides he should write one last letter. Now, until now, he never imagined death. To him, flying always felt like a life-affirming chase of freedom. No bird imagines falling when it takes flight. But where would the paper and pen be in the cockpit? Never mind. Despite being used to it, the dull pressure in his temples is becoming harder to tolerate. He slumps back in his seat, his mind drifting as he considers the chances of a rescue aircraft reaching him. Even if they can overcome all obstacles to reach this unknown location, his remaining fuel won't last long enough for them to find him. Caleb suddenly remembers his third psychological conditioning class, where the instructor discussed the meaning of death with him in earnest. When people look down from great heights, they experience an illusion of owning the entire world. It's a powerful feeling where everything within sight belongs to them, as if there was no darkness too deep to dispel and no boundary too wide to cross. But for humans, flight itself is ultimately an illusion, one that always carries the risk of falling. Every flight you could be a one-way journey, so you must find your own reason to keep going. His hands move to his chest, the necklace's pendant engraved with the words, "When you come back," still rests closest to his heart. He can still feel the lingering warmth from when those fingers brushed against his skin. Oh boy. Oh boy. So he's stuck in the deep space tunnel, right? He's like unconscious in the deep space tunnel, and there's no way like someone's gonna save him. Oh my gosh, Mer's here. Mer, what are you doing up? Go back to sleep. Mernin! I love that. Jeez. I love that. Alright, chapter 4, Escape Velocity. The rescue aircraft finally finds him on an abandoned floating island far from Skyhaven's main isle. And as suspected, the flight positioning system was severely damaged by electromagnetic interference. Geez, Caleb's books, these chapters are very long. Like, they're all about 13... Whoa. What the hell? They're all about 13 pages. Where did I stop? When the rescue robots detect signs of life, they find the pilot in the cockpit. He's covered in blood and his face is barely recognizable. The young pilot who vanished a week ago somehow made it back alive. Damn. The flight parameters from the black box are almost entirely consumed by white noise. No one knows what he's been through. The only clues come from reconstructed return flight data. It reveals that he somehow flew in the opposite direction of his intended route and crossed through the unexplored pathless realm. The cost was 3 broken ribs and significant lung damage. After a month of being in the hospital, his 3 dorm mates visit him. They heard about his injuries from their coach, and each step to his room was heavy with worry. Concerned, Gideon turns to Patrick. When we open the door, stay calm. It doesn't matter what we see. Patrick nods. Among the 4 roommates, he has always been the most level-headed, yet now he stares sadly at the flowers in his hands.
Do you think he can even hold these? After what happened to the aircraft, who knows what condition he's in?
Timothy remains silent. Usually he would take pleasure in seeing his rival's misfortune, but he finds himself wrestling with complicated emotions this time. Even if he doesn't want to admit it, he thinks a brilliant rising star shouldn't fall from grace like this. Behind them, the wind pushes open the half-closed door and carries their voices into the hospital room. Their rehearsed solemnity awkwardly ends as Gideon takes the lead and steps inside. Sunlight filters through thin curtains and illuminates the game controllers and comic books scattered across the hospital bed. Despite the IV being fixed to the back of his hand, Caleb is holding his phone between his ear and shoulder. He speaks in a cheerful tone. Got it. When you're at my graduation, I'll make sure you get a front row seat. How does that sound? Yeah, someone's here to get me for training. I'll go home for my next break. And then we can go anywhere you want. I'll follow your lead. As he hangs up, Caleb finally notices his 3 visitors standing still in the doorway. They're clutching fruit baskets and flowers after enjoying their rapidly changing expressions for a bit. He pauses for dramatic effect, with forks and sincerity. He asks, "What's wrong? Do I have a terminal illness now?" Caleb survived virtually unscathed, and during his month under surgical observation from the orthopedic medical team, his vital signs miraculously returned to normal. While the hospital equipment detected that his body had been exposed to some unknown electromagnetic radiation in the deep space tunnel, current observations show no negative signs on his health. He might even be discharged after 2 weeks. Hearing this, the gloomy atmosphere disappears. Gideon pulls up a chair beside the bed and eagerly gets into academy gossip. Only Timothy remains quiet, falling into his usual role as a background character. When he first heard about the crash, his initial disbelief quickly spiraled into despair. So what's actually behind that no-fly zone? Some super ancient wanderer? Or is it a legendary gateway to another realm? I saw people from a civilization on a higher plane of existence. They keep glowing fudge, man. These last 2 pages have such weird words. They keep glowing prokaryotes as pets, and they invited me aboard their spacecraft. Really? What did they look like? What did they tell you? If you want to know, you have to fly there yourself. Wait, you just made that all up, right? When visiting hours are over, Gideon and Patrick share their good news. They both passed their flight assessments while he was recovering. They might even meet up at the DAA in the future. When Timothy notices Caleb's gaze turns to him, he forces himself to reveal a sheepish smile. Me? I'm not taking the assessment. Anyway, we should go. In the elevator, he realizes he left his withdrawal application in the hospital room when he was in a rush to leave. When he reluctantly returns, Caleb is still resting against the bed with his eyes closed. Why are you giving up? Caleb asks. He seems less concerned and more curious. After the incident, they lowered this year's flight assessment difficulty. Gideon and Patrick performed well, but Timothy still couldn't reach the finish line within the time limit. Admitting this in front of someone who would be murdering his reputation and pride, he turns and looks at Caleb for a while, but Caleb watches him curiously from the hospital bed. It's as if he can't imagine the reason. Unlike you, I'm not one of the fate's chosen ones. It's so easy for you to claim victory, even in the moments between life and death. You somehow managed to slip away. He heard bits and pieces from Zaki about how Aerospace Academy immediately launched a rescue operation after the accident. They used the final navigational data from the beacon to track Caleb down. In one of the deep space tunnel's unsafe areas, the aircraft's autopilot miraculously held out for dozens of hours and carried him through the turbulence. I was lucky, huh? Surviving the deep space tunnel and getting back safely. Caleb's tone is casual, but the mirth has faded from his eyes. That's why I deliberately cut off the signal. I gave up on coming back. The fuel was below 10%. Even with the minimum power mode activated and the aircraft systems only running its most essential functions, it wouldn't buy a lot of flight time. Instead of waiting for rescue, I thought I could take a chance. Aren't you scared of dying? I am. Terrified, to be honest. Caleb calmly looks at him and smiles. But my desire to reach my destination is greater than my fear of dying. Okay. I see you, Caleb. Now, every time I read someone's anecdote, I'm like, yes, this character's so cool. And then it's like, I read the other character and it's like, oh my gosh, this character's so cool. Oh, yeah. Damn, that was a good chapter. I enjoyed it. I love how he's got comics and video games and he's just happy-go-lucky, you know. Wow, did I miss a lot in the chat? Hey chat, is this Caleb's anecdote? Yes it is. Yes it is, darling. Alright, chapter 5. Arrival. Hi everybody who's come in as well. Hello, nice to see you. See you after break then. Bye! His friends' voices pull Caleb back to reality. Gideon and Patrick had already run to their train. They wave at him through the window, and at the same time the train to Lincoln City appears near the opposite platform. He lowers his eyes to the messages draft pinned to the top of his screen. I'm back. After thinking about it, he slowly taps the backspace key. He can't explain why, but imagining her reaction when he suddenly appears before her is enough to make him smile. Well, look who it is! Josephine's boy is back. Caleb, take some fish with you. It's on the house. Caleb, we need someone to be the master of the household when we play pretend. Do you want to join us? Caleb declines the neighbor's invitations with a smile. As the sun sets, footsteps and voices grow soft and languid before. I don't know what that word means. Languid before melting into the dusk. As his key turns in the lock, the warm, familiar scent of home greets him. He enters the living room and goes upstairs, and as expected, her room is the only one with the lights on. Past the slightly ajar door, he finds her asleep at her desk. She's surrounded by a half-wrapped gift and unused ribbons. One card reads, "Congratulations, you passed the selection," while another says, "It's okay if you didn't pass." Caleb unconsciously smiles at her carefully written words. In the dimly lit room, damn, MC's so sweet. That is so sweet. Sunset's light filters through the curtains. Light and shadow alternate as they cross her profile, and he's reminded of dusty piano keys. He slows his breathing and footsteps. Ever since that accident, his symptoms of dissociative amnesia have become more and more pronounced. Chaotic dreams are a far more frequent occurrence. The doctor says these are common after effects of deep space tunnel navigation, and a full recovery will require an extended period of rest. The medication has sedative properties with low fever or drowsiness as side effects. It's important not to use it too often to avoid dependence. Evo monitoring experiment number 742 will now commence. The test subject is donor 002. The subject's age is approximately 9 to 10 years old. Several pair of hands methodically attach data monitoring electrodes to his temples. The door closes. In the pure white room, a mechanical alarm clock sits in the center of the table, its second hand ticking in a silence you'd only witness in a vacuum. Under multiple gazes, he raises his hand. Within moments, an invisible force compresses the mechanical clock into a metal sheet as thin as a cicada's wings. Time seems to stop. He knows he's always been good at destroying delicate things. The people behind the observation window say that the test subject will become a force comparable to a black hole given time. Not even light could escape it. The dream shifts, and shadows swallow everything again. He pilots the patrol aircraft alone through the deep space tunnel. Darkness surrounds him. Human existence blurs in absolute silence. He's reduced to an insignificant pixel, a disconnected signal in this vast universe. He thinks he hears a voice ask him something. Does it hurt when you fall? Are you scared? In the darkness, someone takes his hand. Their touch is tender, gentle. No matter how many times it takes, I will always catch your hand. We will always be under the same sky. Then the warmth of the touch vanishes. When he opens his palm, he sees a seed gleaming with a silvery white light. It's something he's never seen before, like a tiny gift. In the next moment, boundless darkness closes in around him. Cold and silent, it grips his throat and slowly chokes him until he can't make a sound. These memories seem to be the only thing he can hold on to. The painkillers are wearing off. This isn't the first time he woke up from those chaotic dreams, and these episodes have become more and more frequent since his return. He massages his throbbing temple and looks outside. It had started raining at some point. The door to... This is the trailer. This is the trailer when he wakes up. It's like, and he's like, walks towards the window. The door to the room adjacent to his room, to his, is slightly open. Caleb goes in and sits by the headboard. He watches her sleeping face for a long time before taking her warm hand. His fingers slowly intertwine with hers. He firmly holds her hand and wonders if their tightly woven palm lines are the thread that had pulled him back. Outside, the rain continues to fall, and under the eaves, newly hatched birds in their nests raise their tiny feathers against the wind. Maybe the fledglings will grow strong, new feathers, and leave the nest after the rainy season. Do humans become attached to things like baby birds? He isn't sure. Maybe he's a trapped bird himself. But outside, it's raining. It keeps raining forever and ever. Maybe they'll fly their separate ways once the sky clears. So he goes back, and he goes back to his home. M sees in him as living in the same place. And he keeps getting these dreams, and he needs painkillers to sleep, I'm guessing. Yeah, it's interesting. I think Caleb has, like, memory loss, yeah. Maybe that's why he, like, tends to forget and acts differently, I'm not sure. Abby, that's a new, or like a not frequent face I usually see. Hello, Abby. Oh, I'm getting a bit cold, I might need to wear a jacket. Alright, last chapter. Graduation ceremony, chapter 6. The next time Timothy sees Caleb is at the Aerospace Academy graduation. When the DAA published their selection list, Gideon and Patrick's name appeared, but Caleb's name was nowhere to be found. He only appeared at the bottom of the follow-up list as an alternate candidate with the requirement of a secondary flight assessment. Timothy thinks this must be a devastating failure for someone who's used to being first. Maybe it's even humiliating. The wide-angle lens captures the crowd in a plaza. They're under a sky where clouds flow like water and the blazing sunlight shines. Caleb stands in his official pilot's uniform. He's holding a bouquet of pale blue flowers and smiling at the camera. Wherever he goes, people's gazes follow him with admiration or envy. The voices drop below a whisper at his name. His eyes stay fixed in one direction, and his gentle gaze holds whoever he's looking at as if they're precious. You didn't contact me for 2 months. Are you actually not going to explain where you went? I told you, it was an intensive training exercise for situations where I'd be isolated. No communication devices were allowed. Really? Don't lie to me. I'll ask Gideon and the others. Go ahead. I'm telling the truth. But why are you on a first-name basis with them? Am I not enough? Come here. I got this huge bump in the training chamber, but here you are not feeling sorry for me in the slightest. Really? Let me see. What bump? Is this a pimple or a mosquito? Wait a second, this is so confusing who's speaking. Caleb, when did you become so Can sheer determination carry someone through pathless realm? He used to think that starting a journey was important. The path itself was important. But in the end, he understands that knowing who you are and where you're going matters more than anything. After signing the transfer application and dropping his locker's ID in the return bin, he feels a weight lifted from his heart. If every flight route has a destination, then maybe he never found his because this wasn't his path to begin with. He never graduated. He actually never graduated. Whoa, I didn't know that. I thought he did, because like the memories and stuff. He didn't graduate? What's the homecoming thing then? Do I have... Yeah, like this kind of stuff, like... Hearing the birds. Sorry. And blue. He's not an actual pilot then. He didn't graduate. Is that true? Is that correct? I didn't know that. Oh, that didn't get selected by the DAA. I understand. Hi everybody. Sorry, I've been neglecting the chat for a bit. I've been intensely reading the anecdotes. How's everybody doing? Ah, I see. Thank you for the heads up, Jay. I'm walking in the sunshine. Right, I'm gonna have a little break, like 5-10 minutes. So everyone get some teas, coffees, or water. Rest up. Monty's not really eating too much at the moment, so I just need to check. Give me maybe some more snacks. He skipped his dinner yesterday, so enjoying breakfast. Good. Do you guys want a different song? I'll leave it here for now, but I'll be right back, yeah? I'll be right back.
just beneath the boom. Don't know what I pursue, hoping you would feel it too. Come and take my hand now, let's figure it out. Feelings growing stronger every single day. Let's run away like a flower reaching high to the sky. Oh, springtime, we're walking through the sunshine. Just take your time, my heart opens up inside. It's just like a flower opens wide. Another sunrise, shining bright within your eyes. Sweet and cute surprise, this feeling starts to rise. Come and take my hand now, let's figure it out. Feelings growing stronger, don't let it fade away. Oh, springtime, we're walking through the sunshine. Just take your time, my heart opens up inside. It's just like a flower opens wide. Feeling so alive with you by my side. Let our feelings guide springtime. Letting go of pain, washing in the rain, starting fresh again and again. You and I side by side. Springtime, just the love we hope to find, and I will always keep you in my mind. Next time, we're gonna shower in the moonlight. There's nothing we need to hide. My heart opens up inside. Oh, springtime, we're gonna walk in through the sunshine. You are the only one. My heart opens up inside. It's just like a flower opens wide. Feeling so alive with you by my side. Let our feelings guide, just like a flower opens wide. Hearing the birds singing their tunes in the afternoon. Sky so bright and blue. Everything feels fresh and new. And then I saw you standing there just beneath the boom. Don't know what I pursue, hoping you would feel it too. Come and take my hand now, let's figure it out. Feelings growing stronger every single day. Let's run away like a flower reaching high to the sky. Oh, springtime, we're walking through the sunshine. Just take your time, my heart opens up inside. It's just like a flower opens wide. Another sunrise, shining bright within your eyes. Sweet and cute surprise, this feeling
Hello? Alive. Did I put it on loop? It's just the main menu sound, I think. If I go here, for example. Washing in the rain. You want me to leave you guys on the workout page? Jeez. I haven't done that in so long. Is it around here, isn't it? Quality time, right?
You're asking me for a Oh. You want me?
It's here, isn't it? Yeah.
The exercise I like to do the most.
But then you'd still have the song in the
is helping
background.
the person who woke me up stretch. Never mind. I'll just keep you company.
You want me to put it on this? Oh my gosh. Can you change the music? I don't think you can. Unstoppable lady. Hello, baby. Hello, baby girl. If you guys want to add me and you're in EU, go for it. You can change it. Oh! Banger. Before fading to dust. Login, that's the login BGM though. We need to change the theme in the main menu. Cafe menu. What cafe menu? Little music note thingy. What? Click on the speechy bubble. Okay. Click on the speechy bubble. Oh my gosh, you can change it. Longevity before fading to dust. Freaking love that song. Oh! Oh, this is so good, this one. I need to... Okay, guys. I need to take time to pick. This is a very important list, okay? Let me go through these ones. Oh, jeez, that trailer, dude. That waft of memories. And then Raphael's like, what the hell? Nightly Rendezvous. I love this one. I do love this one. This is like my favorite. Midsummer Rain. These are all locked? Oh, you're joking. Some long for longevity before fading to dust. Wait. Yeah, I was gonna say I like the Wellful sound as well. Ooh. You can play it on piano. This is my favorite one.
Taking a step back while
Locking eyes with
someone either means you're conceding or preparing for another attack.
Taking a step back while locking eyes means you are conceding or receding headline. Okay. Everybody having a good day? Could you please increase the BGM a little bit? Okay. There you go. Just a tiny bit. Just a tiny bit. How about that? And I'll decrease it for myself. Okay. Right. I've lost my train of thought now. You know when you stream, you just kind of forget about everything. It's good to like write things down. I guess it's the same as like when you're at a job. Like I get so laywayed to doing other things that I forget the actual task I was meant to do. Right. Guys, no secret times. This one looks cute. Okay. Just kinda woke up, so you're still sleeping. You're still sleeping. What I need to do, June, though, I need to like get through the trials, and then the bit where I should start streaming it, but I can't. I don't have like a capture card for my phone, so I can't capture it. But I should do it. I don't know. Oh, I love this music. I've just been so busy with real life, honestly. It's just crazy. Absolutely crazy. Right. Can I put away all the certificates and the models, Caleb? Why do you have so much stuff, man? One suitcase isn't enough.
Look who's talking.
Oh, secret
I bet
times.
you'll have much more than me when you graduate. If it doesn't fit, leave it for now. I'll check it when I come
That's
back.
cool. I was only commenting on the thought of doing trials on stream is like, because I can't control it very well. So the air is filled with the melodious chirping of cicadas, and the summer breeze lifts the gauze curtain. Looking down, I catch a glimpse of Caleb moving his luggage before staring at his desk in frustration. With graduation just around the corner and dorms needing to be cleared out, I'm here to help Caleb pack up his belongings. However, I really should have brought another suitcase. Sighing, I stretch and accidentally knock over a few books stacked on a corner of the desk. As pages flutter, a peculiar item slips out, an envelope with an apple pattern. It sticks out like a sore thumb. Is this a love letter? Speculations begin to swirl my mind as I cautiously examine the strange item. Wait, Caleb never accepts love letters, but this one was kept in a book. Why? He doesn't even use the lucky charms I gave him either, before the exams. I put a lot of effort into those. With my suspicions tightening their hold over me, I carefully survey the... I need to read ahead of this because it's way too fast. I confirm there's no other item that's as girly as the envelope, which means the person who sent this letter must be very special to Caleb. Could it be from someone he likes?
What's got you so deep in thought,
The
Pipsqueak?
sudden chill brushes against my cheek and I'm brought out by musings. Do you know what?
Apple soda.
I won't read these, I'll just read what the MC says, because it goes so fast, it's tripping. It's tripping.
Get one free. You didn't even notice when I came back. Got that tired, huh?
This is so good, by the way.
Here's the straw. Do you need a mini fan? You can use it if you feel hot.
You sure you know how to be a charming Caleb? You sure know how to be charming, Caleb? You must have captivated a lot of people with that easygoing attitude of yours, huh?
Is the heat getting to you or something?
No, but hey!
Then why are you talking nonsense in broad daylight? Take a break if you're tired. Maybe you can head downstairs and get some fresh air. Go for a walk even.
Ah. Gonna find out who sent me that letter, no matter what. No wonder they say graduation is the season of love confessions. Caleb must have gotten a lot of love letters today.
Can I ask how you came to that conclusion? No one's waiting for me by the door, right? And when have I ever accepted love letters from girls anyway?
How would I know, man? I'm not with you 24/7.
Actually, there might be one exception. I care about this person. I've accepted things from her too. Unfortunately...
Unfortunately, what? Could it be? One-sided? Unrequited love? Is the letter from the girl he likes? It's so good. So what are you going to do about it? Aren't you going to confess to her?
Should I?
If you really like her, then you should... Ouch! Hey man, what was that for?
Dummy. You actually believe everything I say? Where's that sharp wit of yours?
You were making stuff up?
What else could it possibly be? I did nothing but study, study, and study. Just think about it, Pipsqueak. Since when have I interacted with other girls?
Caleb, you.
Liar. Let's go. And grab your stuff. This liar's treating you to dinner.
After dinner, I'm still unable to get Caleb into talking about the girl he likes. We enter a convenience store together. Vinegar, soy sauce... Ah, what else did Grandma say we needed to buy?
Tissues. We're running low on them. Do you also want some chips?
Okay. I won't ask about the love letter in your backpack, but you should focus on studying. Mom, you shouldn't rummage through my stuff.
Oh, everyone has their little secrets.
Why are you saying these things? You know them or something?
I'm just thinking.
I think it'd look good with your new clothes. Can you lower your head a little? I want to see if it fits.
Okay. Caleb, I've got a question. If a guy's usually into this kind of cool style, then one day you suddenly find out he has a cute thing like this, what would be your first reaction?
You know a guy who uses hairpins? Who is he?
It's a hypothetical question, man. But there aren't any real hairpins involved. Just tell me what you do in this kind of situation.
Well, the hairpin's gotta be from someone else. Why are you asking?
Exactly. Now, if this guy accepts and carefully keeps it, doesn't that mean something?
Hey. Remember how we promised not to keep any secrets from each other?
Yeah, and you keep, like, all the secrets, and I don't.
Since we agreed not to have any secrets. Be honest. Is there someone you like?
Huh?
Now that I think about it, you've been acting very strange lately. When did you suddenly develop an interest in romance? You're even talking about a specific scenario. So... what's going on here?
Why are you asking me? I gulp. If I do find someone I like, I definitely won't hide it from you. What about you, though?
What? I won't hide it from you either.
I still
But
playing.
why are we even discussing this? You're acting really weird today.
I still playing dumb. I glare at him. You know what I mean. Come on, let's pay for our stuff.
Welcome. Thank you for using our self-checkout service.
Caleb and I have been relentless in a relentless cycle. I can't get him to open up. Likewise, if he doesn't understand what's on my mind. Clearing the air would be possible if I admit I stumbled upon the letter he was hiding. That's a bad idea, right? A stalemate between me and Caleb remains, and even persists until the day of his graduation.
I fixed my buttons and collar. Do I still look weird?
That's fine, I guess. Turn around. I'll double check.
I thought you wouldn't show up today. It seemed like you couldn't care less about talking to me lately.
Well, I have to talk really quick because the script goes real quick, but Grandma can't make it and you look pitiful if I didn't show up, right?
It's good to be a little feisty. So even when I'm not around, you won't let anyone treat you like a pushover.
You?
All right, let's call a truce. But can you tell me why you're upset? Is it because I got too nosy the other day and asked if you found a guy you like?
Do you want me to take another guess?
Then... Are you a little on edge thinking about me graduating, meeting new people, and us growing apart?
Lower your head. I wasn't actually upset about that at first, but I've been thinking these past few days. Maybe there's some truth to what you said. I'm anxious, so I'm making a big deal out of nothing as I steal a glance at Caleb. I falter and swallow the second sentence. What's so funny?
We're quite alike in this. Now you understand how I felt when you graduated from high school. Back then, just the thought of you meeting new people and us growing apart kept me up at night.
Really? Just for the record, I've been sleeping pretty well lately. I glance at him and the annoyance I previously held begins to dissipate. Anyway, I spent these past few days reflecting. I don't need to know everything, dude, but if you ever meet someone who's more important than me, you have to let me know, alright?
Who could be more important?
You have to ask yourself that. You'll meet a lot of people in the future. New friends, allies, maybe even a girlfriend.
What? A girlfriend? I won't get a girlfriend.
What?
Caleb, it's time for the commencement speakers to deliver their speeches. You're the last one we're waiting on.
I won't get a girlfriend. You and Gran are enough for...
When I read this, I immediately thought of Five Hearts. You know, that Gran. I didn't think of Granny Gran. I thought of you and Gran, you know. If you guys know what I mean. You know what I mean. I was like, oh. Anyway.
I don't have the energy to care about others.
Unimo turned off.
Don't worry. I won't. Gotta go. Wait for me to come back.
If you say so, I'll take your word for it. The graduation ceremony is being held outdoors, and under the scorching midsummer sun, the air itself feels restless. I sit in the audience watching Caleb as he delivers his speech. The sunlight bathes in a golden frickin' hue that's too fast! For a fleeting moment, his figure appears buried in distance. It's as if he's beyond my reach. His words must have touched the audience. Applause erupts in a continuous stream of admiration. However, it all slowly transforms into noise in my ears. Raising my head, I stare at the vast, seemingly boundless blue sky. A plane leaves behind two distinct trails as it gradually fades into the distance. in the future, Caleb will probably be as unreachable as the sky. Would he actually not get a girlfriend? Mari. In case anyone wonders, Gran is a super hot character in a dating sim. Thank you, Mari. And they're real. And
My
they're
speech
real.
would have ended here. However, right before I went on stage, a person said something strange to me. It had to do with what's important. She said that after graduation, I would meet more people and experience new things. Maybe I'd meet someone who's more important than her. But I believe it ultimately comes down to choice. People only yearn for the future because they haven't encountered someone they truly cherish. I consider myself lucky. I already have someone who's very important to me. Someone I can't live without. I wish everyone could have this luck. Thank you. And happy graduation.
He's so sweet. He's so sweet. Rickon, round of applause. He's so sweet. He doesn't need the future because he has the present. The present is good enough. Well said, my boy. Well said. Caleb.
Oh, be careful. You...
As soon as I throw myself into his arms, I kiss his cheek before he can react. Congratulations, you're done with college. And here's your gift. You can't find a girlfriend now, Caleb. I playfully stick out my tongue, presenting the bouquet I prepared. Allow me to tell you something. When I was helping you pack up, I stumbled upon a love letter you hid in the book. The one that had an envelope with an apple on it. I can't forgive you for keeping it a secret from me, but I'll let it slide this time since you have a good speech. Caleb. Are you okay? Caleb? Ow, ouch, man. Dude, what the frick?
This love letter you mentioned. It was tucked inside my copy of Flight Detector Mechanics, right? And it was in a little envelope with an apple pattern?
I guess. You do remember it well.
Silly girl. That's the lucky charm you gave me for exams. The original envelope had ink on it, so I replaced it with a new one. Why didn't you open it?
It wasn't a well-kept love letter? Oh, jeez.
So that's why you were sulking these past few days.
I wasn't. I just thought you kept it a secret from me. Each word, the embarrassment washing over me grows stronger. I want to hide. That bastard.
I have never kept a secret from you. Not even once.
That's a lie.
You just have a lot of questions. And because there are so many, you hesitate to ask them. But when it comes to the one thing you want to know more than anything else, well, my answer will always be the same.
He won't get a girlfriend, guys. Confirmed. Caleb is Gran from 5 Hearts Under One Roof. Oh yeah. How can MC not realize how much Caleb is into her after speech? Simple tidbit. Wow. You have a year-long lie, sir. Like straight for his teeth.
What a bastard. What a bastard. Someone take him out. Take him out.
I love this song. Right. 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 Oh, no, wrong place. Should we do some lore, everybody?
Should we do some lore?
I saw this the other day when I was scrolling through it. This one. I was like, yeah, we gotta do this. It's just learning about the characters and stuff more. Yeah, let's do this one first. I don't think they'll link too much into each other. It's not just Caleb content. We are now going through the world underneath to understand more of the lore. I'm just trying to... Today is like going through a lot of the... It's just a lore, essentially. The stuff that you can easily just kind of skip over. So, because I want to have... I'm the lore guy, right? I like playing L&D because I treat it like a visual novel. So I just want to learn more and more about the universe, how it works, etc. So let's lore, yeah? Let's lore. Chapter 1. Viper. 2048, nighttime. In the suburb as a blanket of snow silently covers the rusted facilities of an abandoned circus. Once a popular attraction, this place was forced to shut down several years ago after a Wanderer-related incident. Few remember it even exists nowadays. Or so it seems. Sorry, I am burping. I'm drinking lots of fluids. In the circus' southwest corner and beyond a faded clown statue's gaping mouth, a sinister performance unfolds. On a red and white checkerboard stage, massive prison cells adorned with golden ribbons stand at irregular intervals. These cages, once meant for wild beasts, now hold something far more precious. Small huddled figures... What? Far more precious small huddled figures. This is the stronghold of the city's largest human trafficking organization. Viridulous. Their iron grip on the market stems from their tight security, overwhelming influence, and very important stock of rare, young evolvers. Is that what it stands for? Is that what it stands for? Evolvers. Wow. I didn't know that. But tonight, this supposedly impenetrable fortress of depravity is crumbling. All thanks to a single person. Now then, who wants to start our little game? Sitting cross-legged atop a cage, a young man wears a clown mask that covers half his face. He rests his chin in his hand. Beneath the mask, his snake-like eyes crinkle with interest. The revolver spins playfully between his fingers before being pointed at the stage below. The gun has 6 chambers, but only 2 bullets. 1 shot each. Whoever survives can leave. What do you think? In the VIP section, the crimson seats are stained with their occupants' blood, which makes the red more vibrant. These so-called elite guests who came to hunt for human prey left life's stage before they could even wipe the greed from their faces. Now, only 2 remain in the hall, the auction manager and their true boss, their faces as white as a sheet of paper, and they're trembling uncontrollably. Please don't kill. Bang! The man's is cut off. Neither bowing his head that was once held high with pride, nor begging for mercy had earned him the chance to live. You don't need to be so loud. The young man cleans his ear with his pinky finger. I just got this new flexible earpiece. If I had known you'd be noisy, I would have asked Father to add noise-cancelling features. I hope you guys like my Viper voice. Viper hops down from the birdcage. Carefree, he walks across the floor that's soaked in blood. Then he points the gun towards the last person standing. You ran out of luck. It's your turn. Your odds of survival are 4 to 5 in favor. very fortunate. Although he broke out in a cold sweat, Viridilus's boss is more composed than his panic-stricken manager as he confronts this mysterious madman. Years of weathering various storms have taught him that much, at least. Shall we make a deal? You can have anything you want. You're talented since you managed to break into the Viridilus base by yourself. Why not work for me? I'll pay double, no, triple what your employer offers. That sounds tempting. Let me think. The young man places the gun under his chin and pretends to weigh the pros and cons. As a glimmer of hope appears in the man's eyes, a wicked grin appears on Viper's face, and he flicks out a forked tongue. Just kidding. Bang! Ah! Terror strips away the man's last shred of dignity as he screams, but the expected pain never comes. His eyes widen. Streamers from the gun. Streamers from the gun. Streamers from the gun barreled rain. What? Streamers from the gun barrel rain down and land on his body. Surprise! Ha ha ha! His reaction seems to have thoroughly amused the Viper. Viper leans against the cage and doubles over. Good. You let me get a kick out of that. So, I'll let you go. But just this once. Now get out. He waves his hand dismissively at the man. Ignoring the chaos around him, Viridilus's leader scrambles towards the exit. His eyes flash with barely contained malice. And once he's out, that lunatic is dead. He'll make sure the psychopath dies without a trace, no matter the cost. But just as his foot is about to cross the circus's threshold, a playing card pierces through the back of his skull. You couldn't even say goodbye. How rude. Viper drops the remaining cards to the floor and turns away. Disinterested, he walks towards his real target for tonight. He stops near a cage that's standing in the corner of the stage. He leans down to peer through the bars. There's a little girl with tears running down her cheeks. That's for you, kid. With a wave of his hand, a magician's suitcase appears inside the cage. I'll be taking you to go. Viper, no viping! I just think of that. Every time I hear the name Viper. Viper, no viping. Mr. Love? What are you guys talking about? When you found out Mr. Love, great man. But this made this world only really added too much. Added too much to him as a character. Turns out we need an extra Kirby color for green for Viper. Wow. What if the 6th LI doesn't have an Evo? You're deleting the game if it's Viper. We want Viper. Come on, Slytherin. Woo! We need more Slytherins. Chapter 2, Touring Cybernetics Institute. Can you imagine the secret times? Hello, MCs. Let me lick you. With my forked tongue. You are so sexy. You guys like that? Oh my gosh. He's going to be slithering into someone's pants today. Way! On a suburban street somewhere in Skyhaven, a dark green sports car roars into a black vehicle parked by the roadside. It forcefully claims its spot and situates itself within the white parking lines. Finding a parking space isn't easy. Leather case in hand, Viper steps out the smoking vehicle. This luxury sports car, which Viridilus's leader had traded 3 rare creature class There's so many tongue twisters in this freaking game. Lasted less than 3 hours in his possession before being destroyed. But he couldn't care less. He has more important matters to attend to. Viper looks at the towering research institute. A hint of anticipation appears on his face. Deep within the laboratory of the Turing Cybernetics Institute, several researchers are gathered around an experimental chamber. They are concentrated on taking notes. Before them stands a massive white room with 6 mechanical arms suspended from the ceiling. It operates inside the unit. Who is talking though? Right arm bionic nerve interface complete. Compatibility readings are good. I can't believe he actually survived this, a researcher remarks, their gaze fixed on the digital display. The hydraulics in the arms emit a soft hum. 3 holographic screens. Is this Caleb? Be my be my pipsqueak. Let me suck. Suck your blood. Let me suck your blood. Can't believe he actually survived this. The hydraulics in the mechanical arms emit a soft hum. 3 holographic screens hover around the operating table. They render neural maps of the subject's brain activity in the real time. The Turing Cybernetics Institute, one of EVA's research divisions that specializes in human body augmentation research and human... How do they expect people to read this? Read that out loud. The Turing Cybernetics Institute, one of EVA's research divisions that specialize in human body augmentation research and human-machine interactions, not even a full stop, possesses the world's most advanced bionic technology. That's a whole ass paragraph in one sentence. Its Dr. L stands as the leading authority in the field. The white-haired elderly man stands before the white experimental chamber. His brow is furrowed as he looks down at the young man confined within the cryogenic unit. The laboratory's harsh overhead lights cascade and fragment Caleb's pale face into a mosaic of light and shadow. I just accidentally made this a Caleb day. Who said, is it a Caleb day? Was it Cordia? Someone in the chat was like,
is it a Caleb day today?
Well, apparently it is. Apparently it is. Respiratory rate is at 14 breaths per minute. Brainwave patterns are normal. Turing chip initialization in progress. Mechanical arm synchronization is being calibrated. Nano threads from the mechanical arm cover Caleb's right arm like a silver spiderweb. As dead nerves reconnect and the newly formed mechanical fingers flex unconsciously, his eyelashes suddenly flutter. His muscles tense involuntarily, and a suppressed groan escapes his throat. The warning, this is the trailer. The warning light on the digital display flashes once again. System error. Chip reading failed. Unable to access primary consciousness. Chip. Reinitializing chip processes. Memory input. Another failure. It's been 3 days and the Turing chip has yet to analyze the entirety of his consciousness. The researcher's fingertip glides across the digital screen. The synapses representing pain perceptions are oscillating at a high frequency. Even in a comatose state, the body continues to actively resist the chip's influence. This should be impossible for someone in a coma. I've never seen anyone with mental defenses of this caliber. You could even say that the fighter's pilots at the Deep Space Aviation Administration might not even have this level of psychological resilience. Just who is he? Professor Lucius's gaze returns to the experimental chamber. 3 days ago, there was an explosion in the Bloom Shore district. He retrieved Caleb from the rubble before the laboratory's personnel could arrive. Caleb is test subject 2, whom former unicorn researcher Josephine hid away. Josephine is the grandma. When he was brought to the Turing Cybernetics Institute, he was already on death's door. It's strange. According to Professor Lucius's analysis on the explosion, Caleb shouldn't have been this severely injured. It seems he used his evol to contain the blast radius, which caused him to bear the brunt of the damage. Oh, so it could have killed MC, but he used the gravity to pull down the explosion. Professor Lucius's recalls the state of Caleb was in when he arrived. Fragments of a broken communication device were still lodged in his collar, which had been stained in blood. Perhaps this was the last piece of evidence that proves his attempt to contact someone before explosion. Professor, should we continue with the decryption? The researcher's hesitant voice pulls Lucius away from his force. Yes. Understood. Preparing for the 429th restart. Suddenly, someone pounds on the laboratory window. Everyone turns their head. A snake-like face with a flicking tongue. Oh. Bet you guys like that. A flicking tongue is pressed against the glass. Seeing Professor Lucius look his way, Viper cheerfully raises the leather suitcase in his hand and waves it around. His lips move in an exaggerated manner. Open up, father. I brought back the person you wanted. Oh boy. So they're experimenting on Haram Steak. Haram Steak, what a name. Hey, nice to meet you. Caleb made me wait for him for a full year. Are you one of those people that waited for a full year for Caleb? How did you know he was going to be an LI? Crazy. The OG Caleb stands have my uttermost respect. I almost feel like if they did the aviation psychology test, they would probably be at the lowest rating as well, because that is some mental fortitude and giga brain resilience, if you know what I mean. That's crazy. What did I do? What did I do? I feel like the Caleb stands are just existing. Wow. I feel like they're as crazy, unhinged, and as devoted as the character itself. Like, if you saved that much and you knew all about Caleb before that just because he died through an explosion, that's crazy. Because of his full 3D model. But then, doesn't Raphael's manager have a full 3D model? Isn't he going to be the next ally? Damn, this is so good, even after, I haven't drank it all. Chapter 3. Father. For Viper, the word father meant nothing for a very long time. His childhood memories are sparse. It wasn't because they were forgotten, but because they were too boring. Before his adoption, his memories were nothing but a viscous darkness. Most of the time, he was crammed into a tiny shipping crate with other merchandise. He had no name at the time. His existence was represented only by a cold serial number. As a Serpent's class evolver, 2961 had evol genes that were homologous with snake DNA. Specifically, they were so similar to the DNA found in the snakes. These genes gave him regenerative abilities, and he can also produce venom. He also speaks with the biggest lisp, and is weirdly attractive. And is a sick ally. Initially, 2961 was trafficked as an ordinary child on the streets. Then one day, a buyer accidentally cut his finger. Before everyone's eyes, the wound writhed as skin and blood vessels were regenerated. From then on, he became the main attraction at the Evolver trading base. What a bargain! Cutting off a leg triples the ticket price. Save some for later. Cut off small pieces. We can use him many times. The owner designed package deals for him. Audience members could pay extra to choose which body part to cut. That is so gross. Fingers were the most popular choice. They were delicate and easy to break, and their nerve endings would twitch for over 10 minutes during regeneration. It was like a miniature theatre performance. That is so gross. The severed parts would heal quickly but never completely regenerate. Amid their laughter and shouts, 2961 gradually lost pieces of himself. Dude, this is bad. This is like Kaneki. Do you guys know Tokyo Ghoul? Do you guys know that when he goes against Jason in Tokyo Ghoul? Oshihite, oshihite, sono sekai de boku no nata ni karekai no. You know that song? Anyone? Tokyo Ghoul, come on. Everyone knows Tokyo Ghoul, right? It's so famous. Please tell me I'm not the only one. This is Kaneki. His feet were the first to go. Then his left hand. Pain terrified 2961. He wanted to beg for mercy, but when the agony became unbearable, even screaming was a luxury. The constant torment finally ended when Father appeared. His hand pressed against the glass. The lines in his palm blurred Viper's blood-stained reflection like a gentle illusion. Sir, everything here is defective and waiting to be disposed of. We have better, more premium merchandise. I want this child. He's perfect. He just needs time to metamorphose. He spoke to 2961. Come with me. We'll become family, and you'll be reborn. From now on, I'll be your father. What was a father? Was it those eyes that watched him through the glass? Was it the person who scribbled clearance sale in the ledger? Family are those who will never betray you, Father said. And ever since then, 2961 had a name of his own. Father called him Viper and brought him to his laboratory. He stitched his festering wounds and replaced his mutilated limbs with mechanical parts. During Viper's long period of numbness, he felt a different kind of warmth for the first time. He only knew of death's warm touch until that moment. You will be my most perfect child, Professor Lucius said, his eyes fixed on the screen displaying data before him. Viper, you're closer to being the perfect human compared to everyone else. With these high body compatibility rates, fast forward. With these high body compatibility rates, Caleb will be our most perfect masterpiece. In the laboratory, the researcher excitedly announces the results while checking his records, and in the very next second, a pale hand grabs his throat before he can say more. Expressionless, Viper tightens his grip. He lifts the man above his head until only desperate choke sounds escape. Let him go, Viper. Professor Lucius's voice resounds behind them. Viper lets out an aloof snort but willingly obeys. Before throwing the terrified researcher to the ground, Viper bares his fangs at that scared expression. After putting an end to the commotion, Lucius turns his attention downwards. The suitcase Viper brought back is open. Inside it, a small girl is curled up in a ball. Bewildered, she stares at her surroundings. Don't be afraid. You're safe now. Professor Lucius bends down and reaches for the girl. He intends to help her stand, but before his hand reaches her, she flails her hand around to block him off, as if shocked by electricity. Viper's eyes narrow menacingly as he speaks in a bone-chilling tone. If you don't want that hand, we can cut it off. Under his gaze, the girl shudders and immediately stops crying. Scared, she hugs herself. Seeing this, Viper lets out a satisfied grunt and turns to Lucius as if waiting for praise. His face falls as he realizes his foster father isn't looking at him. He's bending down once again to try and help that annoying kid. Welcome home, my child. Under his gentle reassurance, the girl slowly calms down. She looks up at the elderly man before her and confusion flickers in her eyes.
Home?
That's right. From now on, we'll be your family. Lucius, like a real, kind father, reaches up to wipe away a smudge from the girl's face. Observing the child in the professor's arms, Viper smiles. The grin possesses unconcealed malice. Let's see if she survives first. That'll determine whether or not she's family. Viper. Viper's entire body goes rigid, and he turns away without another word. Before you meet everyone else, I think you should get some rest, Lucius tells the girl. Today's tests are over. Take this child downstairs to rest. He places the girl, who's still pale because of Viper's aggression, into a researcher's arms. Yes, Professor. Only after all the researchers have left does Lucius pulls out a silk handkerchief from his pocket. He meticulously wipes his fingers before carelessly tossing the priceless fabric into the trash. Finally, Lucius slowly turns to face Viper. Sit in the operating chair. Okay. He doesn't give one shit about these children, does he? He's like, fuck, they're so ugly. Ew, they're so, you know, ugh. He doesn't like him. Damn. The 6th Li, it's me. The least popular, the most boring character. I'll be like, hello. I'm the 6th Li streamer. This is the frog. I'll be like, what? You don't recognize me? Am I not the boy in your mobile phone screen? Squeak Pip? I should give you guys a nickname. Am I not the boy in your childhood, Gooner? Chapter 4, Orphan. Lucius walks to Viper's side and bends down to unwrap the hastily applied bandage on his hand. On Viper's right hand, where his index finger should be, there's nothing but empty space. It's an injury from when he detonated the explosive in the circus during the mission. In just one day, what was once a bloody wound is already covered with newly regenerated tissue. The commotion you caused was too much this time. I only ordered you to bring the person back. Nothing more. I ran into a tiny problem. Viper's face shows a trace of fake helplessness. Well, you should take better care of your body, child. After all, it's the only part of you that's still truly yours. Does it matter? I'm a coward when pain's involved. Once everything is replaced with mechanical parts, I won't feel anything anymore. Viper shows pure indifference. The snake sheds its skin countless times throughout its life. Each separation from its old shell marks another rebirth. Over 75% of your body is just cybernetic modifications. A high replacement rate will gradually erode your brain's ability to maintain self-awareness. This is not something I want to see, Viper. Lucius had already halted his modification experiments when Viper's surgery failure rate reached 55%. Lucius turns to the laboratory rack. Mechanical components and prosthetic limbs are meticulously arranged on it. Upon getting a closer look, one can even sneeze. I'm gonna sneeze. Excuse me. Wow! That came out of nowhere. Takes a white toolbox from the shelf. The modification technology is still not perfect. I need you to maintain cognition and keep me informed about your senses and condition. Lucius raises his head. The bright laboratory lights catch the metal circuits at his temple, and they cast a gloomy, cold gleam. Don't disappoint me, my child. You know very well that this family has no place for those who don't contribute. I understand. With a crisp click, dozens of mechanical arms extend from the case. They begin to scan and that creates their analysis of the severed finger's wounds. Then Lucius selects a slightly lighter prosthetic from the rack and approaches Viper. Manipulating the mechanical arms, he reopens the wound that's now healed. It's where Viper's index finger should have been. The fresh gash in his hand begins healing the moment it's cut. To prevent it from closing too quickly, Lucius uses special rubber clamps to hold the flesh in one place. That is gross. Viper watches his wound without blinking. The laboratory's cold lights, like the metal pins used in surgery, mount his shadow against the metal wall. The prosthetic connects to bone, one by one. One by one, severed nerves connect with synthetic neural material until his brain can fully control the cold metal. Viper flexes his newly replaced index finger before finally turning his gaze to the nearby experimental chamber. Father, why is he here? Faced with the sudden question, Lucius's expression remains unchanged. Are you curious about him? I should show some concern for the guy Father has been thinking about for years. Shouldn't I? Viper recognized Caleb the moment he first saw him in the pod, and even after 4 years, he could never forget that detestable face. Damn, Viper does not give a shit if he turns into a robot. Nate card, let's go. Wow. How many pulls does it take to get one of my cards? I would say I'm like a 3-star at best, so not too many. You would be very quickly sick of my face, but man, shit, where's the Raphael, huh? I don't want this streamer, dude. Yeah. I'll be like, the world could be happier as a streamer. And it'll play like some Linkin Park or something. I've become so numb. And I'll be like, I don't know. I'll be like, I'm not the streamer you know. By day I'm a project manager, but by night I'm a streamer. Or something like that. Yeah. Chapter 5, Former Acquaintance. 4 years ago, Bloom Shore District, Lincoln City. Caleb, 21 years old. Parents are unknown. Currently enrolled in the DAA-affiliated Aerospace Academy. 3rd-year student. Comprehensive aerial tactics. Competition champion 3 times in a row. The only recipient of Special Excellence in Heavy Space Cruiser certification in the past decade. What kind of worthless competition is that? I've never heard of it. Viper leans against a tree and glances at the documents in his hand, but after reading a few lines, he closes the display. He's played with obvious boredom. Father considers him a rare talent because of some obscure certification. What an absurd, arbitrary judgment. Remembering the admiration in Lucius's voice when talking about Caleb, Viper lets out an irritated scoff. Recently, Skyhaven offered an extremely challenging assessment that was designed by the Deep Space Aviation Administration. Even professional deep space pilots reportedly struggled with it, yet a 3rd-year student somehow managed to break the all-time record. I thought he'd be extraordinary. Turns out, he's ordinary. That was so terrible, Viper. That was terrible. It was a waste of time to sneak out behind Father's back. Viper mockingly raises an eyebrow as he watches the young man outside the convenience store. He's chatting and laughing with a girl. Isn't that sweet? He and his girlfriend are on a date. The young man says something to the girl, gently pats her head, calls her pipsqueak, and walks towards the opposite side of the street whilst MC throws up on the side. Watching Caleb's retreating figure, Viper's lips curl into a malicious smile. I wonder if she'd still like him after he gets beaten to a pulp. The bakery's glass door chimes as Caleb walks out with a brown paper bag. In the midsummer heat, the young man wears a sleeveless shirt. The necklace with an apple-shaped pendant sways gently around his neck with every step. Viper lurks in the shadow of a Sephora tree and waits for the perfect moment to strike. Caleb turns into an alley. Perfect. Viper's mind races as he silently follows him. But what awaits him is an empty dead end. Where the hell did he go? Viper's eyes dart around. Hey, did you have enough fun following me? We covered 3 blocks already. Aren't you tired? Above a clear voice rings out. Viper jerks his head up to meet Caleb's somewhat playful gaze. Stalking me from my doorstep. Do you want to carry my shopping bags? Even after being discovered, Viper remains unfazed. He tilts his head and studies Caleb. His interest is obvious. Did you notice me? Caleb leaps down from the wall and lands gracefully before Viper. You weren't exactly trying to mask your presence, and I've never seen you around before, though. Since you've been following me for a while. Do you need something? Caleb remains composed. He brushes off imaginary dust and puts his hands behind his head to deliberately draw out the moment. His nonchalant response intrigues Viper. Who I am doesn't matter, and I'm following you because... Viper's fingertips transform into blades. They whistle through the air and head straight for Caleb's face. Take a guess! But the expected impact never comes. Shocked, Viper stares at his hand, unable to move. It's just centimeters away from Caleb's face. Caleb is literally Gojo, now I think about it. Caleb is Gojo. Huh? Before he can process anything, a strong gravitational force slams him into the ground. Mechanical parts of his body spring loose. Electrified bolts roll into the depths of the alley. Using your Evo like that, it's not fair. Fight me one-on-one if you have the guts, bastard. Oh. Gravity binds his limbs like chains. Pinned down, Viper can't lift his head to look at Caleb's expression. All he can see is a pair of black sneakers slowly approach. For someone who's fond of sneak attacks, I thought you'd appreciate unfair tricks. Stop following me. The reason doesn't matter. If I catch you again, I can't guarantee you'll walk away next time. You think I'll stop just because of a few words? Who do you think you are? You're a century too early to be giving me orders. Despite being pinned to the ground, Viper's defiance only grows more pronounced. In that case, Caleb's voice becomes cold. I'll have to... Ring ring. A phone call interrupts him. Caleb pauses, then Viper hears his tone shift to warm amusement. Hello? Why are you calling me all of a sudden? Are you getting tired of waiting? Viper is confused. What's going on? Thanks to his newly installed high-definition earpiece, Viper can hear the voice on the other end of the phone. Ah, sorry. I saw a model shop. I couldn't resist checking it out, you know. I'm on my way. Yeah, okay, let's meet at the garden by the intersection. On the ground, Viper has never been so blatantly ignored in his life. Rage burns in his chest. Caleb, you fuck! Before he can finish, his face is shoved into the pavement again. A puzzled female voice comes through the earpiece. What was that? Oh, nothing. I accidentally knocked over a few parts while looking at some kits. Really? Caleb's gaze falls on Viper, then it shifts with practiced indifference. Yeah. It's just a set of reptilian-like components. Beep beep, beep beep. Then harsh alarm pulls Viper away from his force. Laboratory doors slide open as several researchers in white uniforms walk in. Viper turns his head as he senses a new presence. He meets an unnervingly cold gaze from within the experimental chamber. Ah, Caleb. We meet again. A chilling smile creeps across Viper's lips. It widens by the second. That was cool. I didn't know they were so tied together. Caleb and the Snake Man. Monty in the car too, and it makes it 5 stars. I can imagine the Myth banner trailer. Oh jeez. I'm gonna be like, if there was a card of me, I'm like, oh my gosh, stepsis, my top is all of a sudden just burst, and oh shit, I'm topless. What the fuck? It would be so not attractive. Like, it would be the complete opposite of what you guys expect. It would be so funny. It'd be so funny. Shit. Nate's myth is that he's cursed to be a project matter no matter what timeline he is. Oh shit, that's gonna be so sad. You just know standard myth called stakeholder management. Oh boy. Fuck. Oh boy. Oh my gosh. I'll be like, oh, your nicknames would literally be client or boss. Stakeholder romance. I'm cursed to romance a stakeholder. That'd be so funny. What's the nickname for MC? Stakeholder, yeah. 100%. Clients, if you want an Excel sheet, you'd be your own separate document from all the other sheets. Wow. Deadline kickoff meeting, Gantt whispers. Agile moment, oh boy. This is crazy. In Asian dramas, it's always the CEO, the doctor. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a lawyer somewhere. But what about the project manager? What about the computer programmer? That's another one. What about the Wendy's worker? Thank you, Diddy, for the bits. What about the Wendy's worker, huh? You know, do you know what I mean? Like, hey, instead of like, you know, these characters, they have like the fruits and stuff as like an icon, like Caleb's is the apple. What about the McDonald's burger? What about the Big Mac? The Big Mac icon, hey, and it's like a fat dude. Yeah? What about that? What about that? What about the Big Mac? You know? Jeez. That'd be sick. That'd be so sick. What would be my evo? I feel like my evil would be being in multiple places at once. That would be my evil. There's like duplicates of me because that's exactly what I need. Because all of these LIs are like so organized and controlled because they just have these freaking powers and stuff. So if I was like my peak self, obviously I'd have like a super ripped body like them. But I would be, yeah, if I'm a project manager, the weakness of a project manager is that you don't have enough hands to do things yourself. So I just have duplicates of me. Or like maybe I get help from the deep space tunnel of the multiple different universes of the Nates. You know? So there's just tons of us. Yeah, oh my gosh, that'd be so good. If I was a Wendy's worker, LI, I'd be like, hey, what's up, milkshake? You know? Can you bring your boys to the yard? Oh my gosh, that'd be so good. That'd be so good. The name of MC's milkshake. Damn. What about the garbage man? You could just be like, you can give me your dump truck. Oh man. I had too much fun. Oh, rewind. Oh boy. Having fun today. What would my fruit be? It'd be a quarter pounder with cheese. Mine would be a steak, like a sizzling steak, because I love steak and I love seafood. Yeah. I do love my steaks. Na na na. I've got some other things I've got, but I'm a little bit tired from reading at the moment, so might listen to a secret time or something. Not that kind of secret type. Mari. Sorry. Yeah. Steak plushie for the steak holder. Cordially. That is good. I like that. Now that is good. That is some good shit. Write that down. Someone write that down. You know that Leonardo DiCaprio meme where he's like, steak holder plushie for a steak. Steak plushie for a steak holder. That's so good. That is so good. We eating good. Came in and hot the garbage truck. Joke. Got scared. Gotta have a Monty plushie. I'll bring him in actually. Give me a sec. Let's see how he's doing. And apologies for my room. It's a bit messy now because I'm about to move this setup. So in the future, we might not have as frequent streams. I'm not sure. I need to move everything basically because this room is specifically being demolished completely. So. Na, 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 na. He was sleeping. He's okay. He's so chill. 13.5 kilograms, guys. Man, look at Silas. He's just sleeping. Hey, Monty in the flesh. Mwah. You okay, mate? Look, say hi to the chat. Say hi to the chat. Cha cha cha. What's up? What's up? You okay? I'm looking after him for the week because my parents have gone to Poland, so it's just me and Monty. Monty and meat, you see. Oh no, that was the bin, Monty. That was the bin. Okay. Hmm? You had good walkies? Look at him. Lunar Muster, I see 2 EP creatures. Bum 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 bum. Ba da da dum bum 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 bum. Ba da da dum bum 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 bum. Oh. Oh, you had hiccups. You got hiccups. It's okay. Oh, baby. He's such a cutie pie, isn't he?
He's so gorgeous.
Yeah, he's very sleepy, this little boy. Oh. I kind of want to see some of these profiles again. See if they've been updated. Whoa. I want to see my favorite. Where's Linny? Where's Linny? Linny. Where's Linny? Where is Linny actually? Oh Monty, you are flopping, mate. I can't reach the mouse, buddy. There you go, buddy. Hmm? Alright, yeah. He's got his paw on my hand, it's so cute. Have I gone past it? Oh. Wow, there's so many people. I just passed it, damn it. Monty, why are you coughing, mate? Are you okay? Uh-oh. You okay? You okay? I think he feels a bit sicky, I'm not gonna lie. You alright? Okay. No, add along. Alright, we gotta find Linny's. That's my mission, because it made me laugh so much last time. Elizabeth Swansdown, I see. Linny. Oh, I love it. I love it. Damn, Linny.
You bad girl, Lenny. Oh, you. You a bad bitch. Oh, you a bad bitch.
Alright. You okay? I want to keep him near me because, I don't know. I think he feels a little bit funny. Look at that. Damn. Is this what you guys aspire? You want a 6'3", 6'5" dude. Huge chest, maybe on steroids. To just swoon you like this. Damn. Second request was Jay. Beautiful. There's so many Silas fans. Silas and Caleb are the most popular for sure. That was Xavier there as well. We're on a Van Helsing. Look, Silas again. Seeing a pattern. Oh, look. You cold? You just want Silas. I swear I saw Elizabeth Swan somewhere here. Kid, yeah, I recognize some of these names. Is it this one now? Damn, Caleb. Wow, look at that level. Holy cow. You just want good hugs. Be fair, big guys can give good big hugs. Na, 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 na. So much Silas and Caleb. Look at it. Raphael, okay. I feel like before Caleb came out, it was Raphael and Silas, and now it's like Caleb and Silas. There it is. Oh yeah. Still loves Raphael. Wow, your character's pretty. Look at this character. Wow. That is so romantic. You like wolf cuts as well? Hmm. That's pretty. Dear universe, may love bind me. I think you found it, sweetheart. I just said, is it you getting ready for your, is it the engagement, anniversary, wedding stuff? These look like engagement photos. I know Halsey was doing that the other day. Da, na, na. Yeah, beautiful character. Da, na, 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 na. I love it. Do I want to read? I do want to see what Kieran and Luke are like. Maybe I should show mine one day. Well, we've got a lads chat in the Discord if you guys want to share your characters. We did a whole massive banner from Lanny a couple weeks ago. So all of our characters are on the picture, which is really cool. If you guys just want to generally chat about L&D and stuff or anything, then just go on the Discord. It's pretty chill. Everyone's nice, they don't bite.
Hee hee hee.
So cute. I won't do that now. I will do one more tender moment. Yeah, let's do a tender moment. That's not what I wanted. Hey, it's your boy. It's your boy. This one. When light falls, Raphael called and said he couldn't see. I rushed to the hospital. You guys want to listen to this one? May I request Raph? Hehe. Yeah. Okay. Yep, you got it. You have 7 accounts? I got Silas and Raph from the event, but I got a 5-star box and don't know who to choose. Well, you know who to choose. You gotta let the man break you, Lenny. You gotta let the man break you. Only Silas bites. Maybe a wedding banner would be better. May I request that? I'm scared. I feel like wedding should be later when we have all 6 allies. Are you guys... Oh, I said this, I think, on Discord the other day. So, we're gonna have a wedding. Are you guys, like... Would they go down the building a family route? They won't do that, would they? Because I feel like some people fantasize and they like the whole aspect of having a family. I have seen the scam wheel cards, yeah. Like have a child and stuff, I don't know. Right. I rush over to the hospital, but it seems Raphael has been sitting in the garden for a long time. He leans back against the bench, staring off into the distance, but I can't tell what he's looking at. I walk up to him and wave my hands in front of his eyes. Wait, can I actually... I'm just going to read how I think he would say it. I think he's going to say, like, I'm just temporarily blind, you know? I'm not deaf and my other senses are working. That's how he speaks in my head.
Temporarily blind, you know? I'm not deaf and my other senses are working.
What did the doctor say?
I said it's not too bad. 2 days of rest should do it.
Really? You aren't hiding anything from me? Are you?
What do I have to hide? That I'm terminally ill and plan to die alone? And my last wish is to see you one more time?
Don't jinx it.
My doctor wrote down how and when to take these medications on my prescription. Told me to have my family member read it for me.
I'll read it once we get back. Huh?
I can't see. Aren't you going to hold my hand and guide me?
Why does he sound a bit different in this? He doesn't sound the same. He sounds like he's learning the voice still. Hold on, if you can't see, then how did you find your way to the hospital?
I just called a cab and told the driver to drive me here. After getting out of the cab, I caught hold of a kind passerby, told him I couldn't see, and had him take me to the ophthalmology department.
I think you called for me for help.
Maybe... I just didn't want you to freak out and annoy the doctors with your screaming.
You...
Take me home. I'm tired.
He can walk on his own. We return his home and he unlocks the door with his fingerprint. I thought Raphael would need to hold on to me, but he's fine. How did you suddenly become blind? Has this happened before? Man, I got you. If you're gonna go the Goonie route, it would be like Pokemon. It would be like, L&D, gotta fuck them all.
Pulled one too many late-nighters. It's pretty normal. 2 days.
Nate, Elizabeth, when's that my middle name? The fuck?
Over there.
Hey, you guys have a ASMR gooning like literal video game, okay? Okay? So I know what you guys like, okay? I know you guys. You are in my Discord as well, so I know what you guys are like, alright? I know you want to work with while the inspiration is hot, but you really shouldn't ignore sleep.
Nah, quite the opposite. I haven't found any inspiration for this piece. It's been 2 days, and I've made no real progress. No wonder why I haven't been able to get the color I want. My eyes weren't working right.
Raphael touches his nipples. What?
My eye doctor said it's likely going to happen again. And worst case scenario, I could lose my sight forever. Are you searching my symptoms online? I heard you flipping through my medical records. Well, what does it say?
My mind immediately jumps to the sensational descriptions I read online. You should get plenty of rest, take your medication on time, and follow the doctor's orders. Then everything should be fine in 2 weeks. Honestly, since I've seen Gran, Talia is all about 5 hearts, baby. 5 hearts. Talahu? Although she is still very cute.
I'll treat you to steak. How about it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, now we're talking, bro. I'm the steak LI. Stakeholder management, baby. You're not planning to have me cook it, are you?
Well, isn't that part of your responsibility as my bodyguard?
I'll make a badass steak, to be fair. Raph is lying on his bed, fast asleep. He's actually blind then. He's not lying. Maybe his hand is open, but his finger's still on the page. I quietly tiptoe aside and cover him with a blanket. Maybe I should stay until he wakes up. I sit on a lounge chair by the window. Bored, I start flipping through a book he left on the floor. The bedroom is only illuminated by a dim floor lamp. I soon find myself dozing off as I stare at the page's tiny letters. Ah. The sun is shining in my eyes when I wake up again. I blink and notice Raphael's bed is empty. Am I going to play 5? What 5?
Oh, did I accidentally wake you up? I can't help it. Inspiration usually hits me at night.
I look outside to see the sun shining. He's holding a paintbrush, slowly working on his unfinished work, despite his inability to see. Painting at this hour is a very you thing to do.
Since you're awake, come lend me a hand. I can't see, so I need someone to mix the colors for me. First, I'm looking for a dark cobalt blue, the kind that resembles the color of my marble floor. Blend cerulean blue into black, and if it looks too dark, add a bit of zinc white.
I'll try.
Next, I'm looking for deep emerald green. Think of a lake shimmering under sunlight. Mix a generous amount of ultramarine, some sap green, and a dab of Indian yellow.
Wait a minute, what do you mean by a generous amount? How much paint is that? Can't you be more precise?
I can't. There's no such thing as precision in art.
But what if I mess up and ruin your painting? He suddenly reaches out, feeling around. He gently taps on my forehead, cheeks, and lips.
Just like you, colors have emotions too. When you're happy, your eyes have a warm glow. When you're being stubborn, you clench your fists so hard they turn red. I can't see those colors now, but I can feel them with my heart.
He stands in the warm light, a gentle smile on his face, and his finger carefully traces the shape of my eyes in the air.
For example, I think now you must have your face covered in paint.
Raphael! Noticing the paint on the fingers, I immediately fight back, scooping up paint to smear on his face.
I won't give you the chance.
Raphael takes advantage, using his long-ass arms to pin me down. Do you yield?
Do you yield now?
No.
I guess it's not really midnight now, is it? You wouldn't be talking this loudly if it were. If I lose my sight one day, I'll be counting on you to see the world for me. So it doesn't matter if you can't get the exact color. I choose to trust your eyes.
You don't trust me, dude, I promise you. Yeah, Monty.
Hey, there's still work to be done. Let's get going.
Raphael, let's go with me.
Next, a rich shade of purple, the color of wild pansies.
Panties? Pansies is a flower. My bad. My bad. I like this song. Abyss? It's a colorful painting. Why did you name it that?
Perhaps it's because darkness was all that I could see while painting it. Perhaps once you see the darkness, you can never unsee it.
I don't believe that. Once you've seen color, you'll be forever etched in your memory.
Let's head out there and see the world together.
Oh, you're so sweet. It made you cry? What way it make you cry? This was sweet. Why'd make you cry? I'm sorry, I'm back for gems. Thank you. This card was one reason I grew to like Raph. Thanks, Fishy. I do like my fish and chips.
You're so sweet. You're so sweet.
Pansies. We need Tyler to come out. Are you going to play 5 Hearts? I will be playing 5 Hearts, yeah. Are you guys interested in me playing 5 Hearts? I'll probably just be gooning a lot. I'll be like, be right back. Oh boy. Oh boy. Whoa. Once you see the darkness, you can't unsee it. Is so telling for him, and how he's so scared of her leaving him if she's his darkness. You guys want to know what 5 Hearts is? I will be playing this. It's like the L&D equivalent for men. But it's not like a gacha.
무지개 핀 하늘 같이 녹여줘요 달달한 sweet sweet 바닐라 아이스크림 크림 하늘
Damn! Damn, Gran! Damn! But I'll be playing all this. It's like a dating sim. So it's a dating sim where you select what you would like to do, like, or respond. Holy cow! Holy cow! Holy cow! Damn, I had to look twice. Whoa. That was crazy. Did you guys see that? That was nice. This is an awesome game though. There's like you get options. Why does Love and Deep Space get recommended to this one? Boyfriend Dungeon.
Ice cream, ice cream.
It's actually real women. What? What the frick?
Whoa. Well, hello, you two. Name's Sunder.
Isaac Brooks. Pleased to make your acquaintance.
Careful, don't tickle my hilt.
What the frick?
Hey.
Well, hello.
Hi!
Yo.
Oh, the cat. It's kind of cool with this. It kind of looks like Hades or something with like a dating element. You played the demo for this? Yeah, 5 hearts. I make jokes about her, but she is beautiful. Like everyone likes Gran. Oh my gosh, that first. This is suitable for work, okay? Because it's clearly on there, on YouTube. I guess we can watch this.
안녕하세요. 하숙생이 전부 미녀입니다만에서 동그란 과장 역을 맡은 동그란이라고 합니다. 제가 맡은 캐릭터는 연애보다는 일에 미쳐있는 워커홀릭 캐릭터인데 우유만을 만나고 나서 뭔가 새로운 변화를 느끼는 차갑지만 따뜻한 구석이 있는 캐릭터입니다. 잘 공략해서 재밌게 플레이해주세요. 벌써 와 있었어? 회장님은 좀 싫어하니까.
Wait, why are they voice acting here? I thought they are acting. Like, so why would they need to voice act here? Like, I don't understand. Unless they're doing a voiceover of them acting.
일만 하는 거 아니야? 자꾸 나 혼자 집에서 기다리게 할 거야? 아빠! 아이씨, 이거 놓으라고! 유만아! 인수합시다. 무슨 일이 있어도 인수해야 돼요. 기회를 아무리 줘도 멍청한 건 고쳐지지가 않네. 회사에서 좀 모든 순간이 내가 좀 기회라는 거 몰랐어? 놓고 가서 기어 들어온 일 없게 다 챙겨가세요.
Down bad, guys. I'm down bad. Now you know how I feel when I see Silas. Hey, this is real, okay? Although, to be fair, my Silas equivalent is Tifa. But hey, I don't get to cook. There's no Tifa ASMR. There's no... Okay, there's a lot of that other stuff for Tifa. But there's no, like world building or any lore and stuff on Tifa. Like, specifically. Oh, this is my main. Yeah, I'm a grand main. Oh, yeah. 2 big reasons. 2 big reasons. Oh, boy. Anyway.
One more.
Flowery words. No. Yes. We know what Nate's type now. Oh, darling. I have many types. After being cut out on the emergency support mission for 2 weeks, my colleagues and I were heading back to Lincoln City. Is that Tara? Go on, girl.
Don't be so sad. If you hadn't come to the base's aid so quickly, we'd all be stuck in the wilderness right now.
Darn it. I should have gone with you to defuse the Predator explosive.
You were injured! Jenna wouldn't deploy someone who's injured to the battlefield.
Thank you for your hard work.
Flowers, so beautiful.
What beautiful flowers!
Thanks so much.
I'm leaving. You should go home and get some rest too.
The water attack this time was so sudden. Thank you so much for your help. These flowers are a token of gratitude from our shop.
Thank you, but I didn't do a whole lot, really. Give them to someone else.
Working overtime right after a rescue mission. Lincoln City couldn't be without you even for a second.
Raphael? Find anything?
I thought you'd be exhausted after 2 weeks of fighting wanderers. Didn't expect you to be happily carrying other people's luggage.
I'm fine, dude. I was helping everyone out.
Fine.
Were you at the airport earlier? Was it to see me?
I went to see the planes, not you.
Wow.
Let's go home.
Raphael. Wow! Wow, it's in secret time! Oh my gosh.
Lie down.
Oh, wait!
Where do you think you're going?
It's too dark. I want to open the curtains.
No. It's bad enough that you went on a dangerous mission without telling me, but you didn't even respond to my messages when you got back.
You messaged me? I didn't see.
Of course you didn't. You only think about your missions.
You're too close.
Then why don't you push me away? Or...
Ouch.
Did your injury make you weaker?
No.
Right. You helped others carry their luggage so effortlessly. You didn't look like you were in pain. But are you gonna keep pretending, even when I'm here?
It hurts. It really does. Raphael.
I don't want an apology. Let go. You shouldn't use too much of your strength.
Fine, it's just a minor injury.
Yeah, a minor injury. Do you usually hastily bandage your wounds?
There wasn't any time. You have no idea how crazy wanderers are. You can wrap it more tightly. I'll be fine. Otherwise the bandage will become loose.
I still think you're crazier.
When did you get such a fancy first aid kit?
Weren't you so tired to the point where you couldn't read my texts? It's time for bed.
Wanderers ambushed me. I could have...
Could have what?
Don't worry about it. Good night!
You suck at lying. Want some advice? When you wanted to hide things from me earlier, the first thing you should have done is kept your eyes from shifting as you talked. But that probably wouldn't have changed anything. Your ears were bright red.
I sleep like a log and snore my way to the morning. Or afternoon. Wow, afternoon? Damn. Where's Raphael?
Her ears were even redder than you.
Huh?
I finally found the culprit who prevented me from painting in peace for 2 weeks. I mean, there must have been other
The
lobsters
sound of the boiling water is amazing, by the way.
who slowed you down.
What is he doing?
Let me guess. Did you get caught because you kept staring at another lobster in the sea? If that lobster would usually circle around you, but then suddenly swims off to a deep trench, wouldn't you get worried? Silence has the same meaning as yes. Now, let's say you want to pick her up. But she keeps ignoring you. All sorts of crazy thoughts would pop into your head, right? Again, your silence means you agree with me. If that lobster came back with injured pincers and kept it a secret from you, wouldn't you be mad? You should catch that naughty lobster so she won't run around before she recovers. See, even you agree. How could she be so oblivious? You're awake?
Poor thing. Not only did it become dinner, but it also has to suffer for your ridiculous rant.
I was speaking out on his behalf and helping him seek justice. Since you worried me sick by hiding your minor injury with your dishonesty,
I love seafood.
I'm eating all of this. And that
Do you
is for
enjoy?
you.
Konji, there's so much seafood. Won't your efforts go to
There's
waste?
always next time. Someone who's injured should stop trying to act tough.
I'm not trying to act tough, man. I just...
I know. You don't want to be a burden. You're afraid you'll drag everyone down. You don't want to be
Jude
dead
loves
weight.
Raphael.
So you're too embarrassed to let others take care of you. You think you can handle any problem by being a big girl.
Why does that sound even more harsh when you say it?
It's okay to be weak.
Raphael?
You're a hunter, not a superhero. I hope you can be vulnerable every once in a while and accept the care of a Lincoln citizen like me.
You?
Help me guard this person. If she tries to act tough again before she recovers, I won't even put veggies in her porridge next time.
After resting for the whole weekend, I return to the association. A busy day of rescuing comes to an end. It's already nighttime before I realize it, and I take out my phone to text my boy. The wanderers we encountered were smart, but there's not a single wound on me. Promise, I'm on my way to get something to eat now. He's probably painting right now.
After emergency rescue efforts,
Wait,
life in
that's...
disaster-stricken areas has returned to normal.
I'm terrified from just watching wanderer attacks on the news. Deep space hunters really have a tough job.
I agree. It's tough.
A lot of deep space hunters are young ladies. If they get injured on a mission, their families must be worried sick.
I know, right? But I know a hunter who is extremely brave and reliable. She can even catch a lobster with her bare hands while surfing.
Raphael, I heard you and the florist complimenting me. This would be so funny if he just... Oh shit, where did I lose it? This would be so funny if I'm like, hey, I heard you and the florist are complimenting me. And he goes, oh no, this isn't for you, this is for someone else. And you're just like... Okay. You just walk away.
You got off work on time.
You here to pick me up? Did you see the message I sent?
Yeah, there's not a single wound on me. Promise. So, why don't you explain the bruise on your leg?
Ouch, I bumped into something while chasing wanderers, that's all.
What about the scratches on your fingers?
I scraped them when I was loading my gun.
You didn't sprain your ankle while running too, did you? Did the sand get in your eyes during the battle?
They're not serious, man. Some people just love to exaggerate, come
Well,
on.
that's because someone loves to act tough.
It hurts. It hurts so much. Oh, Raphael, I can't take it anymore. That's June.
I'll make you feel better with flowers and another seafood feast. Well?
There must be a catch.
No. But now that you mention it, you're allowed to get injured, but you're not allowed to hide it from me. Also, when you go out, you have to return to me, safe and sound.
This is such a June. This is a June memory. I'm now gonna remember this every time I see it. I'm like, ah, this is the June memory. This is the June memory. Dedicated. This is it. June, the June words. That was sweet. Oh man. You guys are... June is so selfie. You guys who like Raphael are so selfie. You guys are so cute. You know, you just wanna cuddle them. Cute. Yeah, very sweet. Guys having a good day today? I'm having a good day. I'm happy. I feel like I'm most happy doing this with you guys. It's fun. It's really fun. Oh. Wow, who's... Whoa. Whoa. Sorry, I'm just looking at something right now. Cool. Yeah, it's fun. Are you guys, just remember, I'm not trying to brainwash you all, but because you guys, I know you guys love the vibes and you love the chat, but I would, like, honestly, join the Discord. Because, again, there's a lot of people that are like-minded that are happy to hang out and talk. And you don't have to always be there. You know, you can always have, you know, contribute to whatever you want. We get fun and interesting people that join the chat, like Banshee and Shaname and all the other mods. And June is there. Everyone's usually involved in the L&D chat. I try and get the L&D community more involved with like some of the other games that I like and appreciate. So if you guys like some other things like Final Fantasy, etc., then I'm more than happy to share it with y'all and stuff as well. But I think we kind of round up to the end of the L&D portion of our stream, or today's stream in general. I've got some foodies to make for Monty. And some food that I need to make later actually as well. Never there. Yeah, no pressure to join. But if you guys like to talk and continue conversations and talk about yourself and introduce yourself, then it's really good. It's really interesting. If you guys are interested in my Instagram as well, that's like more of my personal life and what I do outside of L&D and my streaming and stuff. And I've also got my Twitters as well for streaming updates. But yeah, you can follow all those if you like to stay in touch. Should I pass you over to someone or should I start doing something else? I'm thinking about that right now. Let me just see. Let me pass you over. Tainafin. I kind of like this guy's name because it sounds like my name. Wait. His name is, it's pronounced Tay Nathan, and no, my name is not Nathan. I'm gonna raid this guy. Even if you don't chat, it's nice to lurk in the Discord because they post some really funny stuff, so that's just my feedback anyway. I don't know how to raid people on YouTube, but I think this guy seems pretty funny to raid. So I'm gonna do that, okay? Hey Nathan. Okay. Alright. No. Did that not work? Why is that not working? Wait. Okay, let me do it again. Wait, let me do it again. Let's see what this guy's up to. Tainafon. Why is it not working? /. Oh shit, sorry guys. There you go. I want to see what this guy's about, so. Oh jeez, I'm such a boomer. I am such a boomer. Alright, let's take a look at what this guy's up to, but I appreciate everyone coming in. That was really funny, okay? Have a good Saturday, alright? Thank you.
And please join the upper streams, because I enjoy it when you guys are all here, okay? Okay? Join the upper streams 3 times a week, okay? Bye-bye.
Right. Let's see. Dude, I always had adverts. What the hell? Why'd I have so many adverts? Damn, only followers, only chat? Damn. It's cute. It's like a new VTuber. That's so cool.